Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima, and today is Thursday, August 13th. Last time on Persona a Day, it was the third day of our week of summer classes. This time we didn't get to see a specific class, unlike the other day when we had the lesson on the tarot deck, but we were still in class for the day, and I still gained some academic progress, so that was nice. It did take up our entire daytime, though, and we didn't get to see any of the evening, so it was kind of that open to interpretation side for the rest of the day. Chairman Ikutsuki wants the entire team to have health exams to make sure there aren't any ill effects from our time in Tartarus or our fights against the shadows, so we've been each having our exams at the hospital in the evening. Sounds like mine are coming up tomorrow, so yay, got something to look forward to there. As fun as that is, but it is good. I am glad that the chairman and Mitsuru are both watching out for us. So it felt like a very quick day, but it was still a busy, full day. Are classes going well? Are the days starting to blend together? What will set today apart from yesterday? Find out on today's episode of Persona a Day. Okay, so here we are. This, like so many others, is how the day ended yesterday. I gained those couple points of academic progress from attending class. And we didn't get to see much of class, other than classes happened, I paid attention, I gained some progress. And at the end of the day, that does kind of feel like how school is sometimes. There are lessons, they're all technically important, but some resonate more than others. It actually kind of feels like it spoke to me well in that regard with the lesson with Mr. Edogawa the other day, because I really do like his lessons. They do speak to me, I do like to pay attention to those, and I find them interesting. And that isn't true with all topics. I mean, I'll own up to that. So it could be one of those things where today's topic, or I guess it would be yesterday at this point, just wasn't as interesting to me, so maybe I don't want to say I didn't pay attention, but it was less impactful on me. And it was still good, but it wasn't one of those like, oh man, I feel like I want to keep learning about that. It was like, okay, I know this for when I need to know this now. So maybe that's part of why we only saw what we saw. But we gained that academic progress, headed back to the dorm, and that was about all we saw for the day. So this is how yesterday ended. And just like that, that catches us up to Thursday the 13th. We're moving right through this week. It's the fourth day of summer school. It does kind of have that almost like a time loop feel. It's like going right from class one day to seeing it right to the next day. The same music kicks back in. And if that's not commentary on the feeling of taking summer classes when everybody else is out enjoying a summer break, and here you are in the classroom. It's like, man, this is just one of the same days over and over and over again. Why can't I be out there doing the fun things? Why am I trapped in this endless cycle? I'm sure that might not really be what they're going for, but it kind of has that feel, especially seeing it at this daily pace throughout this Persona a Day series like this. If I were just playing it in-game, it would still be that repetition, but it would be spaced over a couple minutes as opposed to literally multiple days. Either way, it does a good job conveying that feeling of being where I am. It's the fourth day of summer school. Despite the summer heat, I managed to pay attention to the lecture. And I got a couple academic points. And it still wasn't quite enough to take me up to the next level. But that's why it's been so nice, I guess, to have these classes this week. I like I've said, as much as I've kind of complained here and there about being in school all week, it has been nice to have this forced opportunity to really dig into the academics. I've kind of been letting my social stats stagnate a little bit. I've been prioritizing the social links a lot more than my own social stats. So for Mitsuru to kind of step in and remind us that we are students and to limit our choices to going to school, it does take away that level of choice, but it does actually help me focus on something that I do need to work on. And of the three social skills, it seems like academics is the hardest one to work on. So to be kind of just taken aside and saying, okay, this week we're just doing academics. When I frame it like that to myself, I don't feel quite as bad about it. Having ranked up to popular in Charm not that long ago, too, was kind of nice to see that bit of progress there. That kind of came at me out of nowhere, so kind of digging in now and saying, well, what else can I do? How else can I better myself? That's also kind of been a motivating factor this week in class. So we haven't seen as much. The game hasn't been quite what it's been for the last week, but it hasn't been a loss or a negative or a bad thing in any sense. It's just been a different kind of week. We have that in life all the time, and the game conveys that well as well. But here we are, a couple points of academics. Still smart. And once again, that's all we're going to get to see for the day. So let's head back to the desk. Okay, so here we are again. That was the end of Thursday the 13th. The days are starting to kind of blend together in that regard and look fairly similar, but it was still a good day. It was kind of fun to just take that chance to talk it out and really put into perspective my thoughts on what we've been seeing, experiencing, and looking for some of those positives, to not just kind of feel stuck in that rut of going to school, going home, going to school, going home, which in my own experience has felt like a very real thing at times as well, but to kind of just try to keep that positive outlook on what it is doing for me and what I am gaining from being there. It's not just a punishment, it is actually beneficial. So it's been kind of cool to look at it that way. Throughout the week, everyone else in the dorm's been having their medical exams. It sounds like mine are tomorrow evening. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed. Medical exams are always kind of one of those scary things, but I'm confident. Our character is good and healthy and athletic and all these things, so I hope there's nothing to worry about. But I suppose that will be something for tomorrow. We didn't get to see anything this evening at the dorm, but I like to think, just like the rest of the week, that there were some of us still at the dorm that weren't off to the hospital for their checkups that might have done something fun. Maybe we all, gathered around the DVD player and just, watched a DVD or something. Made some instant ramen or something, and just whoever was around, we pulled out some corny old DVD of something to watch and just kind of laugh at and enjoy. And just kind of have that weird summer memory of, oh yeah, I remember when we watched that old whatever era sci-fi flick or whatever, just how weird it was, but how memorable it was. And that was fun, but that was so stupid. And, we didn't see any of that. But in our story, something had to have happened in the evening, so maybe that's what it was. Who's to say? But I guess I'm to say. So yeah, I'm going to say that's what happened. However the day played out, though, whatever your interpretation of the day, I still think it was a good day. My name is Tom Shima. I stream this Persona a Day series live every day at 12:30, so anytime you want to be here to watch, I would love to have you. I've also got every episode uploaded to my YouTube channel, so you can watch the entire series from day one all the way up to today. And whatever pace you want, whatever fits your schedule best, that's what it's there for. We've got that weekend right around the corner. Let's make Thursday feel like a good day. Let's make it that stepping stone of good progress to set us up to be as successful and to reach that fun and that entertainment and whatever we're looking for as our goal for the end of the week. We'll do our best today, and we'll try to reap those rewards going forward from there. I'll give it my all, and I hope you guys do as well. I've been Tom Shima. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I can see you again tomorrow as the series continues. And until our paths cross again, I hope you take care. Thank you very much, and goodbye.